It's now time to get you posted on the very latest local and international sports news here on the AM show. Thanks for joining me as Akunnor. Liverpool maintained their 4-point lead in the English Premier League after a hard-fought 4-3 win over Crystal Palace, and Arsenal boosted their dreams of securing the top 4 finish following the 2-0 win over London rivals Chelsea. We've got highlights for you, plus results of the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and the English Premier League. And in tennis, Roger Federer is out of the ongoing Australian Open. But we begin here on the local scene, and Asante Kotoko have secured a place in the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup for the first time since 2008 with a 2-1 win over Cotton Sport in Kumasi to progress 4-3 on aggregate. Head coach of the team, CAF Akunnor, is happy with the club's achievement but wants his players to work harder in the group stage.
The head of the technical men, I think it's important that I let them understand that even though we've won, it's not over. And from Cameroon, we started telling them, and when we came here, there was a need for us to try as much as we can to not put too much pressure on them, more or less to relax and focus on the game. And I think they did very, very well. If you have guys who can listen and try to do their best, then you can only be proud. Concerning Yakuba, it's a face, and it's just a matter of time. We'll score again. Ronaldo started with Juventus and he was struggling. Now he's a goal scoring, he's the leading scorer. So it's just a face, and he will get back. As we keep on going, the question kept coming, and if we were ready or not. Today, some months ago, you asked me the same question. We are in group stages. We've qualified for the group stage, and that is good. It's a positive thing. We always take the positive, and we plan match to match. It's important that we know where we are, where we started from, and where we are, and where we want to get. And so we will try as much as we can to improve. Whether we are ready or not, we keep on improving, and hopefully we'll get very far in this tournament.
So after making it to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup, fans of Asante Kotoko have been singing the praises of their players, and they believe the team can secure a semi-final place.
We are proud of them. You see that thing? Fabulous.
How far do you think this team can go?
Oh, for me, I think we can be in the semi-final. Trust the boys and trust the coach. I like the system that the coach played today. We are going to the semi-final. Trust my words.
Yeah, sure. And for the fans that probably doubt CAF Akunnor's competence, what would you tell them?
You see, for the last game, I think CK made some small mistakes. And today he corrected it. He corrected it in Cameroon. And today too, he corrected it. And I'm sure that he has listened to the fans, and he's moving on with what the fans told him. Look at Kwame Conte. The fans were calling for him into the team. He brought him into the first 11. And today, I think he was my man of the match. He played his heart out. And CK is going with that. And I think that for what he did today, I'm sure we'll get to the semi-final.
We shouldn't be solo-headed about this victory, because there's a lot of things CK has to do with the upfront, especially Akuba should be up and doing how he could stand on the ball, moving up. Not all the time he'll be falling and that kind of stuff. So we should do massive shake-up at the front so that we could move ahead. I'm predicting within the semi-finals, yeah.
So the CAF Confederations Cup draw group stage. The draw for the group stage will be held today, and Communications Director of Kotoko, Safudeku, says the Porcupine Warriors are ready for any team.
I think that any team that has qualified is equally good as Kotoko. So we cannot think of any weak side. Secondly, we don't have control over the draw. So we are ready for whichever team that we meet. The only thing is that we've got to prepare well. But moving forward, it's going to be tougher. So that is the only thing I can say. We cannot hope for any weaker side, because there cannot be weaker side at this stage.
I'm sure, I mean, in preparing for this tournament, there were targets set. The first target was to get to the money zone, and now we are there. What was the next target?
Well, I believe that we will have to wait for the draw and then meet with the technical team so that collectively we'll be able to set the next target. I cannot stand here and decide, because I'm not a player or a technical man, but we have to consult one another to be able to set the next target for ourselves.
So Asante Kotoko have made it to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup, and joining me in studio to do analysis on the game is Selwyn Saki of Joy Sports. Selwyn, exactly what the supporters of Asante Kotoko expected.
And the CAF Akunnor and his boys were able to deliver it. So in Kumasi, it's always very difficult, even at home for Kotoko, because of the fans' pressure and all that. But playing against Cotton Sport, they definitely needed it. With football not being played in Ghana, Kotoko fighting their way through to this tournament, it was well deserved that they had to push themselves to get to the next round. And moving on from this stage to the group stage, it's a good fate, and hoping that they are going to get into the knockout stages. Hopefully, as Dotunfo has already demanded that he wants a trophy. So if Kotoko can go all the way to bring a trophy, now I think CAF Akunnor and his boys will do so for them. And
qualification did not come on a silver platter. What lessons do you think they can learn as they go into the group stage of the competition?
Well, the boys need to continue being themselves and being comfortable on the ball. They were not able to convert so many chances that they got. But as CAF Akunnor said, they have to be relaxed. They don't have to put so much pressure on them. The fact that they were able to go to Cameroon and get a victory over there alone should show that the boys have something in them. They just need to put their confidence up, and in the other games they'll be able to be successful.
And fans of the club are backing the team to reach the semi-finals of the competition. Do you think Asante Kotoko have what it takes to make it to the last four?
Well, in terms of personnel and the quality of the players, I don't know how much they can match their opponents when they go far in this tournament, because the African teams have more quality players than Asante Kotoko, to be fair. But then if CAF Akunnor could get the best out of them, they could be the surprise underdogs in this tournament.
And talking about the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup, at the time Asante Kotoko compete, at that time many of the clubs will be playing active football. Asante Kotoko will not be playing active football because we are not playing competitive football in Ghana. How would that be a disadvantage for the Porcupine Warriors? Well,
it's still a disadvantage even at this moment. Most of them, Cotton Sports were playing their league already, but Kotoko haven't been playing. But they've been able to take advantage of the few friendly games that they've played in terms of training also. But then, by then when the tournaments come, I hope that maybe the normalization committee tournament would be in somewhere in the beginning and the middle. So that's going to keep Kotoko players a bit sharper and on the edge than their opponents. So if they're able to play more friendly games, they could take advantage of that to be able to play against their teammates. But football not being played in Ghana is rather unfortunate.
So we wish Asante Kotoko all the best in the CAF Confederation Cup.